The Bible is at the heart of Christian morality. For some, it has been the source of morality, and for others, it has rather been an aid to moral improvement. For some thinkers like Thomas Aquinas, all ethical principles were discernible by reason alone, with Christ and the apostles adding a few details to the moral law and the laws of the universe. This is worth noting with the topic of homosexuality, which in 2022 is more prevalent than ever. The growing acceptance of homosexuality in Western culture has raised concerns with Enlightenment-inspired thinkers and traditional understandings of Christianity and Christian culture. This is because a large portion of society think that homosexuality is in direct conflict with Christian teaching, and in this video, we will be attempting to understand whether this is true. To answer this question, I will be investigating both the Old Testament and the New Testament to determine whether homosexuality is a sin in the Christian tradition. I hope you enjoy this video, and without further ado, you're watching All Things Humanity. Christian ethical teaching is sourced from the Bible, both the Old Testament and the New Testament. This means that to determine whether something is morally right or wrong in Christianity, one must look at the Bible for the answers. So let's begin with the Old Testament. In the Old Testament, there are three main verses that are often claimed to condemn same-sex practices. These verses are Genesis 19, Leviticus 18:22, and Leviticus 20:13. So it will be necessary to look at each of these in turn to see what they actually say and do not say about homosexual practice. It's important to recognize our biases when looking at this topic. Some of us are neutral when it comes to the question of same-sex practices. While there is scientific studies to show that a lot of homosexual activity is a natural phenomenon, there will be many watching this video that think that it is inadmissible and even wrong. So those who look unfavorably on same-sex practices will want to find a condemnation of them in the Bible, and those who see them positively will want to find a positive endorsement of them. But regardless of your position, let's try our best to understand this properly. So let's begin with Genesis 19 verses 1 to 11, which discusses the story of Sodom and Gomorrah's destruction. In this story, the Lord appears in the form of three men, and Abraham invites the three strangers to sit and refresh themselves and eat a morsel of bread. When the strangers accept, Abraham goes and tells his wife Sarah not to bring them bread for the strangers. Instead, he serves them himself, giving them milk in addition, and standing in attendance like a servant while they eat. Abraham's humility and hospitality is rewarded by the promise that his wife Sarah will bear him a son, and now the two men leave for Sodom. The one who remains is the Lord, and says to Abraham that he is going to Sodom too to see if the city is really corrupted. It follows that Abraham speaks with the Lord, and Abraham gets the promise from the Lord not to destroy the cities despite their wickedness, even if 10 good men are found inside the cities. When the two men, who are identified as angels, arrive at Sodom, they are offered hospitality by Abraham's nephew, called Lot. Lot greets the angels by humbly bowing to the ground and invites them to his house for the night and offers them a feast. Here the men of Sodom surround Lot's house, looking to meet the men who, according to the Old Testament, wanted to have sex with them. Thus the men of Sodom are arguably expressing homosexual desire, and it is for this reason that they and their city and the neighbouring city of Gomorrah are all destroyed. However, the counter-argument to this is that the men of Sodom are not punished by God for homosexual desire, but instead for their disrespect of wanting to humiliate the two angels with sex. Let's look at Leviticus 18:22, which says, "With a male you shall not lie, the lyings of a woman, it is an abomination." It is plain for all to see, and its meaning is obvious. It condemns homosexual activity. And this condemnation comes from Moses, to be handed on the people of God, a very significant figure in the Old Testament. It is also repeated in Leviticus 20:13, where it says, A man who lies with a male the lyings of a woman, they have done an abomination, the two of them. They shall be put to death, their blood is upon them. Leviticus 20:13 makes it quite clear that homosexuality and homosexual activity is prohibited and also punishable in the Old Testament. Let's look at the New Testament. The most important single text to support the moral condemnation of same-sex activity is Romans 1. This is where Paul condemns Gentile society, stating that their females exchange the natural use for that which is against nature, and the males likewise abandon the natural use of the female and burn their desire for each other, males committing what is shameful with males and receiving among themselves the due reward for their delusion. Now this is important because it is a New Testament text, meaning that it was inaugurated by Jesus Christ and it is not the Old Testament. So deciding whether the Old Testament law applies to Christians is no longer relevant because the condemnation of homosexuality is in the New Testament. Romans make it clear that Paul does think in terms of heterosexuality and homosexuality, and he clearly condemns the latter. When we look at the Bible, both the Old and New Testament, it seems clear that homosexuality is a condemned act. Without delving further into the theological discussions and reasoning, homosexuality and homosexual conduct is condemned in the Bible. This has nothing to do with church officials and their positions on homosexuality, as we are looking purely at the Bible for answers. But that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to comment in the comment sections below. All debate is welcomed on this channel as long as it is respectful. Please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed it. It really helps me out a lot.